Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 132 of Miami Dolphins content. Your boy Bleezy and CT in the building. As always, every Monday, 8:30 sharp, we do impromptu shows throughout the week, like this one right here. Tonight's episode, it's the OTA wrap-up, and our OT's done for good. We're going to get into it, man. There's Waddle talk, there's Tua talk,
Oh
there's
yeah.
all kinds of stuff we got going on. So those of you guys who come back and watch afterward, if you're not watching on YouTube, you're watching on X, Twitch, and all that, come on over to YouTube, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and hit that notification bell. What is going on, Bleezy, the man, the myth, the legend? What's up,
What up?
brother?
What up, bro? What up? We are officially 14 weeks from the start of NFL season as of tonight. As of right now, 14 weeks away, CT, until the Ravens go to KC and face the Chiefs, which which real quick I think is great for the Dolphins because one of those teams is starting off with an L. It's good for
Yes,
us.
sir.
Let's get
Yes,
it.
sir. Hell yeah. But yeah, man, we'll be wrapping up the OTAs. We'll get into stuff like that. But the breaking news from today, man, give it to us. Give it to us.
Breaking news: Waddle gets paid. Damn near breaks the bank. You really can't call it that, but we're talking 76 million guaranteed money. The contract goes up in the 80 millions. But yeah, shout out to Waddle, man. Glad to see him get paid. We've got Waddle locked down until 28 or until 2028 now.
Yes, sir. He got a 3-year extension worth 84.75 million,
There you
with
go.
76.5 of that guaranteed. And it's kind of crazy when you think about it, because the Dolphins made Waddle the number 4 highest paid wide receiver in annual salary this year.
Yeah.
He's the 7th highest paid receiver in total value. So
He's up
that's
there. Huh? Yeah.
that's pretty damn interesting. And
It is.
you know that you're going to have some pushback, and especially when it's already been brought up that now Tyreek is wanting to get his recontract done.
Yeah.
Now he's Waddle getting the money.
Right. Yeah, I've heard talk about that. They're saying Tyreek's going to be looking to break the bank. So, I mean, he's not going to do it down here.
And you're right, Green Rat. They do have the final OTA tomorrow, but we're going to be, not necessarily wrapping up, but we were kind of going to discuss that. But I wanted to talk a little bit about the NFL Players Association's new proposal to the offseason. But we're going to get into that a little bit later. But yeah, back to the Waddle thing of, it's also kind of a stirring point for all the Tua haters and all the other stuff going on about why are they paying Waddle when they're supposedly trying to pay Tua. And it's kind of interesting to me that that's kind of the position people take, when in reality, Waddle's deal is much easier to be done, given the fact that you're not making arguments about, all the other quarterbacks, what they have or haven't done. I mean, the wide receivers and their production are pretty straightforward. And so,
Okay. So this afternoon, I tuned in. I caught the tail end of Big O's show, and I kind of agree. I think I agree with what he's saying. In a nutshell, he's saying, okay, Waddle just got paid. And so what he's saying he thinks is going to happen after June 1st, and we get the money from X, he said within a week or so, we're going to get the Tua deal done. And then he thinks, he said during the season, he thinks we'll end up cutting a deal with Holland, and then we're going to work on the Jalen Phillips deal next year and try to get that done. So I agree with some of that, but I do agree with the fact that we might be getting the Tua deal done after June 1st, possibly. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It
yeah. I was saying
okay.
absolutely. I was just saying absolutely. I agree, and we've been talking about that for a while. I think that we really were waiting on that Howard money for the simple fact that we still have to sign the draft class. Granted, yes, signing to an extension does give you a little bit more space, but if their plan is to try to bank money to roll over to next year and or a la get a deal done with Waddle, which obviously just happened, you had to have that money from somewhere. And maybe in this instance, it's almost like the Dolphins saying, okay, you want to keep playing hardball with us. We can't sit around and wait forever to make a deal with these other guys. So we're going to go ahead and sign Waddle. And when we get the money from X, we can, revisit the conversations.
And I think that's what's going on, man. I think Tua, and who knows, but you would think that Tua would be a priority with
You
this team.
absolutely would think that. But I mean, given the circumstances, though, who's to say that he's not? It's just more of, again,
Given how we've been operating over the past 10 years or so.
yeah, it is kind of disconcerting and is a little worrisome for sure.
I don't think we're going to play around with the quarterback position, man.
No, but I think that the longer we wait, the more it's going to cost, and unfortunately, all we're doing is making things worse on ourselves. And by
Well, you
doing so, how does that affect down the road if you're continuing to put this off, put this
oh
off,
yeah,
put this off, and who's
that's
to
what
say
kind of
again, like you
surprised me.
said,
That's
what
what kind of.
happens?
Or
I
go
was just
ahead.
going to say, what happens if Trevor Lawrence gets signed between now and the time we come to an agreement with friggin' Tua?
It could happen too, But that's what kind of surprised me about the Waddle deal is I figured we're going to sit back and watch his injury situation play out for one more year, and so but whatever, man. I'm cool. I like Waddle, and I think it's great for Waddle to get the that guaranteed money. You think it's a party at the Waddle household tonight, CT?
Oh, hell
Yeah,
yeah. I
yeah,
mean, he just got 76 something $1 million guaranteed. I'm
guaranteed.
sure they're loving that for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
I wonder how much he gets off the rip. If they put like 20 million in his bank account right off the jump or something.
oh yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's a signing bonus of some sort. We'll have to wait till the details to come out to know that. But like you said, definitely. I mean, he's definitely rolling in some dough right now for sure.
Yeah. Congrats to the Penguin.
Hell yeah. The Penguin's gonna, drop his thermostat tonight because he could afford to.
Yeah, the Penguin's going to be waddling in all that money, all that dough.
Yes, sir. He's gonna be nice and cool in the house. Pump up the AC a little bit. He said
We've
I could afford it now.
we've got to lock down till 2028. I think that's a beautiful thing. I think Tyreek's on his way out. I'm sorry if you're a Tyreek fan, but I think we're going to give Tyreek this year, man. We've already talked about this a million times. He's getting paid way too much next year. Even Big O was talking about that. MCJB in the building.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But 40 something million or whatever it is, man, that's crazy.
Agreed. And I think that again, it also comes down to, we already know that even if Tyreek wants a new deal, it's not going to be, what he's expecting it to be. And if he's expecting it to be that high, it's that offer is definitely not coming from us.
Same type of Christian Wilkins situation, man. We got too many other people to pay, you know?
Yep. And the
But
fact that, we got stuff to look down the road for.
right. And that's why I really thought we were going to let this whole year play out for Waddle, Phillips, and Holland, just kind of from an injury standpoint. I figured we were going to sit back and say, okay, let's go, guys. But hey, lock them down. Like we've talked about this too. We don't want Waddle leaving. Go ahead and lock him down, man. Keep
Yes,
them in the
sir.
building. Keep them in the building, man. That's what most people do with good players, man. They lock them down so they're not out there on the market. You know.
Yeah, I agree, and it really comes down to, again, what is Greer's long-term plan. I mean, obviously, we don't know exactly what that plan entails, but at the very minimum, we know that at least he's going to get, Waddle and Tua locked up for the foreseeable future, and now it's what other little pieces are you going to re-sign?
We're gonna sit back and see how good the Washington boys are. The Washington brothers.
Yeah, I mean,
You know what I'm
I'm not
saying?
really sold on either of them, but
Right? I'm
you
not either.
know,
I'm not either.
I have heard, out of OTAs though, our sixth rounder has been producing pretty well. But
Taj.
again, yeah, Taj, the sixth round one.
Yeah.
I think the
You know,
other one's what, Malik Washington.
Malik, yeah.
Yeah.
And so
So
I've heard good things about both of them, man.
I mean, then again, we've talked about a little bit about how a lot of the veterans aren't, there, and who are they
Right.
really playing against, and what kind of competition are they playing against, and
Right. We're gonna find out in preseason, man. When the fans get to put the eye test to the players is when you really start figuring out who's who, what's what.
absolutely, you add in the fact that they're going to start playing against other, teams and other players and people that have just as much on the line for their careers as these young men do. And that's when you're really going to see who wants it and who doesn't.
I wonder when the first cuts. When did the first cuts start? Roster cuts.
And remember, there's only one cut.
Oh, that's right. One big ass cut. Forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir.
When is the cut this year? Do we know?
It's after the third preseason game, the Tuesday after the third preseason game.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's gonna get interesting real quick.
Yeah, no, it is, man. It is, but I like it. That kind of evens the field, gives younger players a chance to ball out. Man, they're not getting cut. Preseason, week 1, stuff like that.
Yeah, but this is a nice little segue into how season schedule, and they want to do away with the phase 3 of OTAs and phase 2. They essentially want it to be phase 1, all year, all off season, where they can go in the classroom, they can do strength and conditioning on their own, in the building, but there's going to be absolutely no on-field work until training camp starts. And they want to start training camp 2 weeks earlier than the 4 weeks before the start of the season, the week prior to the first preseason game. They want to extend that by 2 weeks. And the NFL has stated, or not the NFL, the NFL Players Association has stated that they've spoken with multiple experts and that they believe that this would allow players to avoid soft tissue injuries, as well as having a longer break during the off season, which is kind of fucking stupid and contradictory because, number one, voluntary OTAs are just that. They're voluntary. So if a player is injured, they're not going to be working. They're not going to be on the field at OTAs anyway. So what's the point? I don't really see how that argument makes any sense. And then secondarily, they're talking about the lowering of the occurrence of soft tissue injuries, which really doesn't make sense either, because The NFL Players Association and players are already worried about the expansion to an 18-game season. However, now the NFL Players Association is going to say, okay, normally we get some on-field work. Then they have about a month, month and a half from the end of OTAs to the beginning of training camp where players would have the opportunity to rest up and heal up. But now you're saying you're going to add 2 additional weeks to training camp, which means now it's no longer voluntary. Now it's mandatory that they're there. And on top of making it mandatory, now if you have an 18-week season, even if you go to 2 bye weeks, you're still six weeks plus the 18-week season. So now you're talking about a 24-week season, not including the playoffs. And if you go to the playoffs, you're talking about another 4 or 5 weeks. So how does that make any sense for their purported desire to lessen injuries? And a lot of players have come out and spoke about this, or at least, put their opinions out there, including one by Shelby Harris, who's a defensive tackle. He played with Cleveland. He played with a couple other teams. And John Heath, who is a reporter, said, "It's so strange to me when the NFLPA proposes something that the players are against. Who are the NFL Players Association's leadership aiming to please?" And even Shelby Harris himself said, "That's what we're wondering too." So the fact that players are not happy about this, that they are against it, they think that, again, it's the complete opposite of what they would want. Yet the NFL Players Association is still trying to make this happen.
Is that something they're trying to do this year?
For next year, they want to change. They want to change the 2025 offseason.
Okay, I wonder,
which is crazy.
So does that have something to do with an 18-game schedule?
Well, yes and no. I mean, the NFL Players Association is saying that it's in preparation for an 18-game season, but that doesn't make any sense, because even in a 17-game season, if the point is you're going to give players more rest, I'm pretty sure that having voluntary OTA on-field work plus a shorter training camp where they're required and it's mandatory to be there, and the fact that they get a month and a half break from the time OTAs end till training camp starts, now you're taking that away from them and you're saying, okay, we're going to add 2 weeks on to training camp where it's now mandatory, and you're not going to get a break in between the start of training camp until the end of the season.
Well, I heard if they get to an 18-game schedule, there's going to be 2 bye weeks.
Well, yeah, and I understand that, but even on that 2 bye weeks, okay, you're adding 1 week of rest, but that doesn't mean that they're not in the building, that they're not, getting treatment, that they're not, doing films. So they're still going to be involved. It's going to be the exact same thing, except now you're adding more mandatory time for players.
Yeah.
It really makes no sense to me. And on top of that, you're screwing over the younger guys, because think about the rookies who need that on the field work so they can see where they're deficient. Where do I need to improve? What do I need to get better at compared to a veteran? What are the things I need to learn? And then being able to do it on the field and learn hands-on. Now you're saying, well, you can't do that. You can only work out on your own. But that in itself, and the argument of trying to prevent injuries, is, wouldn't you rather players be in the building on the team's field practicing in front of trained medical experts instead of them out there training on their own?
You would think.
This is where none of this shit makes fucking sense, and it's absolutely stupid when it comes to the NFL and the NFL Players Association, who's supposed to be representing the best interest of the players. it kind of fucking baffles me, to be honest. It's ignorant, and it's showing that the NFL Players Association is not as pro player as it should be.
Right.
Because obviously there's a lot of players who do not like this, and yet they're still trying to push it through. They're going to, because they still have to take a vote from the players. The players have to approve that. And then they make the proposal to the NFL, and then the NFL owners have to vote on that, because remember, the offseason is collectively bargained. So both sides have to agree to the change.
Well, I guess we'll see how it plays out. But really, none of that's in effect for this year, though, right?
No. But the fact that they're pushing so damn hard to try to get it done next year, just...
Who's in charge of that Players Association nowadays?
It used to be Maurice Smith or whatever, the attorney or whoever they voted, but I don't know if he's still the head of that or not. As far as the players are concerned, I'm not sure who's the president of the players side of the NFLPA. Let me Google that real quick.
But other than that, you know, what else is going on in the Dolphins world? We got the Chiefs. Somebody got arrested on the Chiefs. Who was that?
I'm not sure.
I'm scrolling through trying to see what's going on.
Yeah, I think it's changed to a guy named Jalen Reeves Mabin, who's the president of the NFL Players Association, and the executive director, Lloyd Howe. So, I don't know. I just think it's interesting that the NFL Players Association doesn't seem very interested in what the players think about this.
Yeah. No, that is interesting, man. You know?
Yeah. So, but yeah, like I said, we've seen, Green Rat's boy Eichenberg. Eichenberg apparently had an orange jersey on this week.
Yeah, bouncing.
Devon Holland had an orange jersey on this week. And I can't remember last week's.
I saw some of Eichenberg's interview, man. He, it's kind of funny. He's like, I'll play guard, I'll play center. I don't give a fuck. He talked about how the one thing he really hadn't played much of has been tackle. But he said, it might take me a minute, but I could play tackle too. He said, I'm going to play wherever they want me to play.
I doubt that, because we watched him at both tackle positions, and it was no way down.
They talked about that. They were talking about he's going to be on the inside somewhere.
Yeah. The tackle experiment did not work.
He mentioned in that interview that Brewer's hurt. He said Brewer's hurt right now, but when he comes back, he'll probably move to guard. I was like, Brewer's hurt, huh? I didn't know that.
I did not know that either, but
maybe he had surgery or something, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. That's the first time I've heard about that. I did not know that at all.
I mean, I'm pretty sure he said that in the interview.
No. I'm not saying he didn't. I'm saying I don't remember.
It kind of surprised me too. I was like, okay, he's waiting on him to come back, huh? It kind of caught me off guard too. That's what I'm saying. Maybe I misheard it. I don't think I did, but
no, because I do remember now. I remember somebody saying, I think it was Alan Bukar, somebody saying that Brewer was hurt or something like that, or he was recovering, but I don't know. Like you said, I don't know what from.
Right.
So,
but hey, we got Big Ike, man. There ain't nothing to worry about.
Nothing to worry about. You need a tackle. Ike. So you need a tackle. But
and that's something else, man. They're talking about. I saw a little bit of Kyle Krabs video, and he was like, Patrick Paul probably is really not going to play this year, because if Armstead does get hurt, and he even said, which he normally does, he said, we're just going to put Wynn over there, and I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe so.
Nah, we're gonna, bro. We brought Kendall Lamb back. Kendall Lamb is gonna be the
Maybe he said
primary
Lamb.
backup.
Maybe it was Lamb. He said we
Yeah,
should put Lamb over there.
yeah. Wynn is gonna be at left guard. That's why really Eichenberg's only shot is right guard when Brewer comes back. So it's kind of really the only position that Eichenberg
So you
kind
agree
of has a shot at.
You agree with him then? Patrick Paul, we may not see much of him this year.
No, we're not going to it. I don't think unless worst case scenario happens and Armstead and Lamb get hurt, we're not going to see very much of Paul. And that's a good thing though. But at the same time, it could be a bad thing of I'd like to see, okay, if you're blowing guys out or whatever, get them in there at the end of games because dude, I mean, Armstead and Kendall Lamb has already stated this is his final roller coaster ride. So he's not coming back, and we know Armstead's not coming back either. So the dude's got to get fucking experience somehow.
If Patrick Paul's out there mauling people in the preseason, we might want to take a look at him.
Green Rat says he might be Jackson's backup, and I don't know about that. I mean, I guess he could, but
Jackson's backup right now.
I have no idea. But hey, give me 1 second, please. I'll be right back. Hold on.
Patrick Paul. I don't know. I don't know. I figured we'd see some of the thing about Patrick Paul. He's not interchangeable. He's a tackle, and so I don't really know who Austin Jackson's backup is. Let me see if I can take a look at that. But, I mean, the Dolphins don't seem to be very concerned about our offensive line, which kind of concerns me, to be honest. But what can you do? You know what I mean? Offensive tackle, Aaron Brewer, Ireland Brown, Lester Cotton, maybe? Driscoll, Chase Hines, Jackson, Matthew Jones, Robert Jones, Isaiah Wynn, and then Matos. Never heard of him, but he's 6'7", 313 from South Florida. Rookie. Who knows? I don't know. What do you guys think? Are we shortchanging our offensive line? Because it looks like we may not be bringing in anybody else on that O-line at this point. Word on the streets is after we get that June 1st money, that's going towards Tua. Lamb sucks at right tackle. What do you think about Lamb being a left tackle? Backup for Armstead when he goes down. Not if, but when. We're going to need Lamb over there. That's what I'm saying. Patrick Paul is going to get some playing time in here somewhere. We got people out here saying that Patrick Paul may not even see the field this year. Yeah, BS. I don't know. Maybe he won't, man. It'd be nice to see Armstead play a full season. I'd love to see it because I do think he's a damn good left tackle, which is the most important position on our team right now.
And damn right that Armstead isn't going to stay healthy.
Right.
I mean, unfortunately, you wish you would, but we know damn right he's not.
History tells us the story, right? Yeah, he's never played a full season ever.
Exactly,
but he is a good left tackle.
Yeah, when he's healthy and he's playing, hell yeah. Even when he's not fully healthy, he's still better than most. But when he's out and you're left to your own devices, and like Green Rat said, though, Kendall Lamb played extremely well at freaking left tackle. Now, at right tackle, he was booty cheeks.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean,
He was straight booty.
We know that um Patrick Paul was drafted to play on the left side of the line. Does that mean that they won't try him at the right if need be? I wouldn't discount it, but the question is
Armstead will be 33 going into the first game this year.
Which for an offensive lineman is pretty damn old. I mean, It's one thing when a quarterback or something, who doesn't really get beat up all that much.
He's got a birthday on July 23rd, man. He's
oh my God, that's crazy. My birthday and my stepson's birthday is July 23rd. That's crazy.
Oh shit.
Armstead, let's fucking go.
You and T-Stead. We're gonna have a party that day.
Even though T-Stead is younger than me, but that's all right.
Hell yeah. July 23rd.
Yes, sir. That's the day of champions.
So, yeah, shout out to Armstead, man. Soldier coming in there at 33 years old, kicking ass.
As long as, that knee and that back stays healthy.
We need him on that left side.
Absolutely, 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 man. But yeah, a lot of other things that have been going on. I mean, we talked a little bit about, Tyreek Hill wanting more money now that Jalen Waddle's got his. Mike McDaniel spoke about, Devon Achane. He can either be comfortable or he can be starved for more about, whether or not Devon Achane is going to still have the drive and determination to become a number one starter. Is he going to be happy with just being a number two guy behind Mostert? Is he going to try to take over that number one spot? I mean,
I've been hearing that talk too. Talk about Achane and the new guy taking over, Mostert getting squeezed out, stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know about all that.
Yeah, and like he said a lot of times if you have success as a rookie, you go one of two ways. You're either starved for more or you can kind of get comfortable, Mike McDaniel said in his press conference on Tuesday. I know each and every year there are examples for both, and that's something that we were talking about with Devon in our exit interviews when he was exiting the building last year. Whatever you did this year, are you expecting more or less? Well, if you're expecting more, you definitely can't do less. You get out what you put in, and I think he's aware of that because nobody wants to have the climax of their career to be their rookie year.
Facts.
And it seems that Achane got the message. The 22-year-old running back showed up to the Dolphins offseason program looking noticeably bigger and warned the rest of the league that they better be worried about who I'm becoming, not who I was. So nice. I love that. He said,
that's good coaching. That's good psychology, good motivation.
Absolutely. Mike McDaniel said, seeing some strength gains, and you could tell, but by his body that he put some work into it. Just understanding everything about our offense so he can be as big of a part of it as possible. That's his goal. So
he's a badass running back, and he has gained some weight, man. For him, stay healthy, and he'll produce. He'll blow it out of the water if he can stay healthy.
And I think that's definitely part of why he's put on some of that weight and the strength gains and whatnot, is to try to last longer and to try to hopefully prevent some of those injuries. So. But yeah, he said, CT and Bleezy, sorry I couldn't make it on the show today, brothers. Maybe if you guys are still on, I'll pass by. Hell yeah, man, you're cool, Earth. We appreciate it, man. We appreciate it.
Oh.
But yeah, and then we also heard the news today that apparently Caleb Williams and the Bears are going to be featured on the 2024 Hard Knocks.
I did hear that.
That shall be interesting. You got a number one overall pick
I don't know much about him, but I know a little bit about the Bears, man. And the Bears are the Bears. You know what I mean?
Da Bears.
I don't know, man. Maybe he can get it turned around up there. I just don't. I'm not expecting big things out of the Bears. I'll tell you that. I wish we had them on our schedule. We'd slap the piss out of them.
Hell yeah. And I mean, to be honest, this is the first time the Bears are going to be on Hard Knocks. So, I
Yes,
mean, they've been doing the show for what, 24, 25 years now.
aren't they?
So,
Aren't they doing like a preseason Hard Knocks and regular and all that? Did you hear that? Like
yeah,
different
it's
teams.
yeah. So the Bears are doing the preseason version of Hard Knocks, and then they're gonna have a in season like they did with the Dolphins last year, an in season team, but they haven't announced who the in season team
Oh,
is gonna
okay.
be.
So the Bears are the preseason Hard
Yeah.
Knocks. Gotcha.
So essentially, you're going to get an inside look at how they're going to be developing him. And I mean, dude, they got a Doomsday, that they also picked in the first round. They got Keenan Allen. They got, who else do they have up there? God, I can't remember off the top of my head. They have Keenan Allen. They have DeAndre Swift. Who else? Don't they have Moore? DJ Moore. Um, so yeah, man. I mean, they got some dudes up there, but
Who's
whether they
who,
can get it all together and get a first,
who they
rookie
got? Who they got toting the rock?
DeAndre Swift.
Oh, that's right. They got Swift.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
After didn't he get traded from Detroit
Philly.
after they?
Or was it Detroit?
I thought it was he got traded from Detroit after they picked up that one running back, not this year but last year. So I don't know, but yeah, Irvin says he wants to be paid again. He's getting paid 34 mil in 2025 and 56 mil in 2026. Like what?
Like what? I mean, he wants to break the bank. This is probably going to be. Well, he's still pretty young. He might get another contract, but this is his time to get paid right now. And I do not see it being with the Dolphins, man.
Nah, I mean, we just gave already, 28 mil a year to Waddle. We're
Yeah.
not going to give him 32.
Yeah.
Then that's what, $50 million for two wide receivers. So that's what, a third of the cap.
We just drafted two receivers that are basically they're Tyreek is Tyreek, but they could play his role possibly.
Greenrad asked who said that. It's been all over the place. It's been reported by CBS, ESPN, Tom Pelissaro. All of these guys are talking about, and Mike Florios has said that that Hill's representatives have been trying to get a new contract done with Miami since the end of the season when he put up the 1,700 yards, even with the ankle injury and everything else. The fact that Hill's, 30 million a year isn't a quote unquote real number, but the final years of compensation on Hill's deal is a whopping $45 million. And it's unlikely that he'll play out his contract in its entirety, where Spotrac indicates that he has a $56.3 million cap hit in 2026. Hill made north of 26 million in 2022 and 2023 and is due 19.7 million this year, but that doesn't include the already guaranteed money that he got from his signing bonus and all of that. So
I
the thing
mean,
is he wants to be paid. He wants to be paid like a top four
right,
wide receiver.
right. I was about to say Tyreek is not taking any pay cuts. I mean, if you're his agent, you're saying he's the best receiver in the league. So pay him accordingly. You know,
Absolutely.
and the Dolphins are not in the position to do that. But Green Rat's probably right. It's mainly the fans saying that, but the writing is kind of on the wall. You know.
Well, we already know that Hill's agents were asking for a new contract at the end of the year. Hill himself on one of his own podcasts said that, yeah, I kind of let them do their own thing or whatever, but that the guy has some say in it. It's not like they're going to go, hey, we're going to go try to start getting you an extension or something else without your permission. Like,
Oh
they're
yeah.
going to be like, hey, man, we're going to approach them about possibly getting you some more money. What do you think? So,
It's all about the money. This is kind of a big deal. It's crazy that the Dolphins are in it. You know, I mean, do they evidently we don't have to honor that 45 and 50 million a year, do we? You
no, and that's the whole point, though, is those aren't guaranteed numbers. The whole point is it's guaranteed if he's on the roster, but
so well, okay. Well, there you go then.
which is why we discussed a few weeks ago about the idea of, again, you either trade him or you cut him, and you designate him post June 1st, and you save a shit ton of money as far as his caps salary cap situation. However, you're still going to have dead money, and I think if I remember correctly, it was like $11.6 million or something of dead money, but the rest of that is straight cap savings. The difference between 11 million and then what was it, 42 for next year and 56 for the year after. So I
Right.
mean, he's not going to see those last 2 years.
I mean, no, man. I mean, we talked about it before the season this past year. The way our team's built, we're top heavy. We talked about that. We're top heavy, not a lot of depth, kind of a quality drop off after the number one spot. And I think we're kind of rearranging the roster to where we're not so top heavy, man. And getting rid of Tyreek's going to help us even that out, just like Wilkins. Same business.
Absolutely. And like you said, we said the other night when we were talking about it is, again, you don't pay Christian Wilkins, but you can bring in 3 or 4 good guys to help the team's depth. And it's worth the trade-off, but you can't do it too often to where you have no, superstars. You just got a bunch of depth pieces. So Greer has to obviously find a way to balance that. So, oh Jesus, Irvin and Green Rat going at it again. He said they're calling each other Bills fans and Jets fans now. Oh Jesus. But anyway, yeah, like I said, I think that a lot of that comes down to especially the contract talks with Hill.
Yeah.
We know that we got Waddle locked down now. You talked about, Big O saying that they're, going to try to take care of Holland during the season and, get Tua done after, the X money comes off the books. And I mean, there's still a lot of work to be done for sure.
So let's recap what Big O said. Big O said, now that we got the Waddle deal done, he said after June 1st, he thinks within a week we'll have the Tua deal done. That's what he said today, this afternoon. I caught the tail end of his show. And then he said he thinks during the season we're going to get the Holland deal done. Next year we'll get the Phillips deal done. In a nutshell, that's exactly what he said.
Well, I mean, and like you said, though, I mean, if that's the plan, but as we said, we don't know exactly what Greer's plans are. And, obviously he has, a vision. Now, what that vision entails, we don't know. But at the same time, getting Tua locked up, getting Waddle locked up, I mean, I'm not necessarily all on top of the you know, uh, Holland thing. If all the reports that he's wanting to be a top three, top 5 paid safety, I don't know if he's going to get the deal he's wanting, but definitely Tua, Waddle, and Jalen Phillips are my top priorities by far.
Yep.
Getting one down is good, but we gotta keep rolling on getting these contracts figured
Yeah.
out.
I think it's a good thing that we showed that we're ready to spend some money, and that was something else that he said that he thinks this is one of the reasons we let all those guys go last year, man. Brandon Jones, Wilkins, who else we let go? Bunch of guys. But he was like that. This is why we didn't keep them, because we're going to try to keep these guys, which I thought that made sense. I don't know if we can keep everybody.
Well, obviously you can, and that's where like we said, um, it's the balancing act of you can't have everybody a star, but then when you do let go of the stars because they price themselves out, you have to be able to use that money to find multiple guys to fill multiple holes and, have the depth that you need. So,
Hell yeah.
and, speaking of things that we were talking about backstage, we were talking about how Raheem Mostert mentioned him kind of bringing along Jalen Wright and how he has done that. And he talks about, all in all, I'm happy for him to be in the room. I'm going on in the tail end of my career, and I want to be able to make an impact somehow.
I like that. Yeah, I saw that. I like that.
Yeah, and he said, I treat every rookie, even with Devon Achane last year, I'm always going to try and show them the ropes and give them my little pointers and help them out the best I can, because I'm going on in the tail end of my career, and I want to be able to make an impact somehow. And if that means just bringing along somebody and helping them out, that's what it calls for, and that's what I'm going to be doing.
So be it.
Pretty much. And,
Shout out to Raheem. He's locked in at number one. He's gonna, unless Jalen Wright comes out and starts just dominating, it's gonna be that rotation. It's gonna be Raheem, Achane, Wright, I would think.
yeah, man, absolutely. And I think that it really speaks volumes to the character of these guys that we've drafted or we've signed. And, you talk about previous, coaches, previous players, where some just weren't really up for the task of developing and teaching the younger guys. And I
Spidey
mean,
Chief.
he said Spidey Chief was outed on X a few days ago. He loves the Chiefs.
Spidey Chief.
He said, Green Rat said he sent you the post from X.
Oh shit. Okay, hang on.
So you have to pop it up on the screen. We got Buffalo Rat. We got the Chiefs fan. We got Green Bills. I mean, yeah,
Spidey,
man.
Spidey Jet.
Spidey Jet. Yeah. I mean, Blue Rat. I mean, all of them. These two never stop. They're always going.
He said it says all I know is Matt Milano better stay out of my way. It's got a picture of Jalen Wright. That's all I got, Green Rat. I'm not sure if that's what you're talking about or not, but
Then I dropped my damn phone like a dumbass. Got myself kicked out.
But yeah, I don't know. He sent me a something on Twitter about Jalen Wright and Matt Milano. I don't know if that's what he's talking about.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know.
Okay, that's it. All
He
right.
said, "Yep." He said, "Yep."
All right. Let me see if I can pull it up. Hey, did you hear that story about the Jags kicker, Jacksonville?
Nah, what happened?
The story is out there that it was on the plane going to on the team plane this past season going to the European game wherever it was.
Uh
He
huh.
he was smoking weed on the plane, getting drunk, and he started bumping and grinding on the stewardesses. And took it over the top. Long story short, they're suing him for like over $1 million.
Damn.
And so the facts are coming out. They're saying he was smoking weed on the plane and he's bumping and grinding all over him. Sexual harassment. They want $1 million.
Well, you friggin' play stupid games, you win stupid prizes.
So I'm thinking, how the hell is he smoking weed on a team plane? They let him. I mean, that ain't no big deal.
I mean, I don't know about the weed thing. I mean, we all know we've heard the stories from Pat McAfee about how him and Mike Vanderjack used to take edibles all the time. I mean, but again, I don't know. I mean, you would think that team security and shit would, if they're flying to an international game, I don't know how that works because even uh, McAfee was saying that, you know, London and Germany and all that, like they have a no tolerance for that shit. So if you get caught with it, your ass is in trouble. And like, I don't know. I guess some people just don't seem to care. So
I guess it's more of what they're saying is it was on a team play. Like, where was the coach? You know, you
what's
would think,
going on? Cat for life in the building.
what's up, Cap?
Yes, sir. Drop that link for Cap. See if he wants to come up.
But yeah, you would think a coach. Where was Doug Peterson out? Fucking just say, hey man, smoke it down, kid.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I think that it depending on how big the plane is. I mean, are they going to be, especially on a transatlantic flight? I mean, how close are coaches or whatever? And is the dude in the bathroom trying to hide it? Like, I don't know. But like you said, though,
I think maybe they did say that he came out of the bathroom and it was all blazed up.
yeah, I mean, shouldn't really surprise anybody. I mean, these dudes are $1 million players and they just do stupid shit. I mean, it is what it is.
He's getting sued. It was a private chartered plane. He's getting sued by the two stewardesses. $1 million. It's time to get paid out here. All right, here's the one Green Rat was recommending. Bam. Pop. How about that?
Trying to. Oh shit. Okay. Well, I mean,
he's representing that Tennessee. I don't know about that.
Well, I mean, I don't really understand other than the picture. I mean, he played at Tennessee, did he not?
Yeah, I know, but I'm not a big fan of Tennessee.
Me either. I mean, and the colors are kind of ugly. It's almost like that creamsicle color that
Like
the Dolphins did that one time. Then I was like, yeah, no.
The Vols. Nothing sucks like a big orange.
Yes, sir. Oh man, that's funny. That's funny. But
Yeah, that's
No,
a cool
I thought
idea, man.
I thought you said something about Matt Milano. Did Milano, I guess, go to
In the
Tennessee?
tweet,
Or
okay, so I'll pull up the tweet. Yeah, we can. Here, hang on. Let me pull that up. Oh shit. Let's see here. Here we go. Coming at you. Bam, ba bam, bam, bam. So it's got Jalen Wright. All I know is Matt Milano. Milano better stay out of my way.
oh shit, let's get it. Hell yeah. Hey, I mean a rookie shit talking. I'm down with that.
Matt
He said
Milano.
he
Let's
said
go.
nah. He said you need the tweet. It's the text. But yeah, man. Hey, he's talking shit, man. I like the confidence. I mean, you can't argue with the confidence. The dude coming after, a Bills linebacker and, a crappy one at that. So
Look at this.
I like it.
Matt Milano, very dirty player.
Absolutely. Not only dirty, but ugly. But that's beside the point. But
All right.
yeah, man.
No, Jalen Wright, look out for him, man. He's gonna be kicking ass this year. I love a good rookie running back. So I loved A-Chain last year, man. They come in fresh. They got that fresh pop, like CT was
Yeah,
talking about. I think that's spot on as far as which way you're gonna go. You're gonna come have a really good rookie year and fall off the map, or you're gonna have a good career.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And like I said, I think that Mike McDaniel. We've talked about it, how he connects with the players, and the fact that he develops these relationships with them, but then also at the same time, he tells them how it is, and he's not going to sit here and pump you up and lie to you and shit. He's going to tell you, look. Either you're going to fucking bust your ass and you're going to come out here and do it again and do it even better, or you're going to fucking be one of those guys that you have a good rookie year and then you get forgotten.
Hey, we don't need to worry about A Chan. A Chan's gonna be kicking ass this year.
No, I agree. But like I was
That's a
saying, though,
badass
as far
running
as
back.
I was just saying more as far as Mike McDaniel's message to him is,
Right.
are you going to bust your ass? And are you going to, come out and perform
Sleep.
like you did last year and even better? Or are you going to be one of those guys that you have a good rookie year, but then nobody ever fucking hears of your ass again?
Sophomore slump.
A la Cater Kohu.
End up getting traded.
Whatever the case may be. But I mean, we all know he did a freaking great job last year until he got injured, and
Did a great
him
job.
coming out and bulking up. And
No, he's a great running back, man. I've seen enough of him at Texas A&M to know he is the real deal, man. And so if this guy Jalen Wright is the real deal as well, I mean, we're fine at running back. We're stacked.
absolutely, I agree, man. I mean, yeah, and we talked about, I don't know if we did talk about it on Monday, um, with Nick Needham talking about how he's happy with the opportunity to play both cornerback and safety. And that apparently the Dolphins have been interested in trying to trade for a Vikings guard before they re-signed him, and that didn't turn out the Dolphins' way. So apparently, Mike McDaniel and them saying that they're not really looking and they're happy with what they have at O-line. Their actions seem to say otherwise.
We'll see.
I mean, if you're trying to trade and sign guys and whatever, but then you're talking out of the other side of your mouth, you're comfortable with what you have. You're not as worried as, say, fans are, but your actions are obviously showing a little bit different. What did Green Rat say?
He sent me another something.
He said Tony Romo on Wheel of Fortune. Oh, Jesus. I can only imagine this picture.
Hang on.
Why is it Green Rat that always finds this crazy ass shit on Twitter?
All I've got is a picture, Green Rides. Is that all it is? Hang on. Okay, hang on. I got it. He's sending it to my phone, so I mean, I guess I could go on.
So apparently, the Vikings re-signed Dalton Risner to a 1-year deal. So we won't be signing Dalton Risner.
Yeah, he got picked up.
Yeah. So what we got? Van Rotten and who else is left out there?
Fuck nobody.
He said nobody.
Nobody. I mean, I really think that's true, man. I don't think we're gonna make a move for a lineman at this point.
I mean, we should have, but it's too late now.
Yeah, we should have. You're right. We all thought we would, but it's starting to look like that money's going to be going towards Tua. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, other than Jonah Williams, Mike Onowea, I guess, well, no, those are tackles because I'm on Spotrac right now and looking at the free agents.
All right, here we go. This is Green Rats, Tony Romo, Wheel of Fortune.
Let's see. Oh, shit.
Overrated. He nailed that one, or did he?
Hell yeah. Absolutely nailed that one. He said we still have Liam Eichenberg and then roster cuts, and I agree with Green Rat. I mean, you're gonna have 2 or 3 decent guys when rosters are cut down after the final preseason game, but that doesn't leave very much time to get them antiquated into the system and all that. So I don't know. That's definitely going to be a tough one.
Yeah. Amicus
said overrated. Hey, go figure. As soon as you put something up on the show that says Josh Allen or somehow related to the Bills, he comes out of the woodwork. Let's go, baby.
He comes out of the buckle brush. What'd you say?
Yes, sir. No, I was saying that Green Rat was talking about the roster cuts and all that. And
Right. No, I'm saying that's what Amicus says when he comes out of the buckle brush. Here's just talking about Josh Allen. Ask me to come to just had.
Man, I don't even. Man, isn't that the one that always talks up to her, and then you guys say she's stupid, but then now all of a sudden she says something good about Josh Allen, and now all of a sudden she's relevant or important.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard her. She's decent. I mean, I would probably. I mean, he's above Tua. I'll give you that. I mean, I would probably have him number 2 as well.
I agree. Like I said,
there's nothing spectacular about having him number 2. What we're saying is you don't have Diggs. Have lost a lot of you just don't have much talent around them.
I mean, they got young draft picks. They got Dawson Knox and Dalton Kincaid, but I mean, you just got what? Didn't they just get MVS, Marquez Beckwith
Yeah, they did.
Scantling? But I mean, still, I mean, MVS is a slot guy. You got your young rookie, whatever his name was. I mean, I ain't worried about that bullshit. Green Rat said, yeah, number 2 on the trash list. There you go.
Damn, Green Rat.
Oh, shit.
Green Rat don't play. But I don't know, man. Josh Allen, has he ever won the MVP?
No.
I wonder who finished higher in the MVP race last year, Tua or Josh Allen?
I don't know. Let me Google that real quick. He said rushing isn't a QB list.
Mm-hmm.
That's for running backs. 2023/2024 season MVP voting.
Josh Allen did what?
Josh Allen was 5th overall. Dak Prescott was 2nd overall. Christian McCaffrey was 3rd overall, and Brock Purdy was 4th overall. And it says here Tua was 7th overall in MVP voting.
Where was Josh?
5.
So Josh was 5, Tua was 7. Everybody, welcome Cap for life in the building. What's up, Cap?
What's going on, Cap?
What's going on, guys? Just watching this hockey game, man. It's just freaking the suspense is killing me, man.
What's the score, bro?
1-1.
Yeah, bro. We got that goal on the power play last game with like 12 seconds into the freaking overtime and tied it up 2-2, the series up 2-2. And hell yeah, man. Getting this freaking Panthers game on. Yes, sir.
They're tied up 2-2 right now. The series, right?
Yep. They're tied up 2-2. Right. And it's the end of the second, tied at 1 tonight. Yeah, man. Now I was saying, it's tied up, but the end of that freaking last game, man, was crazy. I mean, that entire third period, the Panthers were dominating, and they just couldn't get that goal, and then literally dominating that entire third period. Then they come out and they get the tripping call. They get the power play, and it only took them like 12 seconds to put it in the back of the net. It's fucking awesome to watch. Absolutely awesome. Yes, and Amicus, you are correct that Josh Allen was the only one to get a first place vote behind Lamar. However, he was still 5th overall. So,
hey, shout out to the Florida Everblades. That's Fort Myers, little hockey team, whatever ECHL I think it is. We're in the finals against KC, whoever their team is.
Huh, that's interesting.
Take it home the Kelly Cup, baby. Let's go.
Okay.
Yep.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I think game 1 was tonight, as a matter of fact. Shout out to the Florida hockey teams kicking ass.
Hell yeah, man. Kicking ass and taking names. So.
Which is ahead of Tua again.
Yeah, but again, you said that he's been second every year for MVP the past few years, and that's incorrect. So, anyway, just like you said, just stating facts. And so, yeah, man, like I said, it really comes down to because we got kind of off topic with the whole Josh Allen and the Wheel of Fortune shit. Is again, what is Greer gonna do? What is the rest of his mold or vision for the team? And signing Waddle, maybe signing Holland and Phillips, but what is Mike McDaniel going to do? We have again a plethora of rookies as far as Jalen Wright and Malik Washington. How are they going to work themselves into the lineup? What are they going to be able to contribute? We still still talking about how is the NFL's rule change for kickoffs going to help us, especially with the speed we have? He said second and first place votes is correct. Yes, you're right. Second and first place votes, 5th overall. So
I'm really looking forward to that special teams deal, this little gimmick they got going on this year.
Yeah, I really think that it was a necessity. I mean, we all know that, kickoffs were bathroom break or go get a beer break or go grab some fucking chips break. You know what I mean? Like, nobody watched the damn kickoffs. And it was the same way with the extra points. I mean, people really didn't watch, extra points either. It was kind of like that extension of a commercial break.
Right. Like you said, score a touchdown. Let me go to the bathroom real quick.
Yeah, go to the bathroom, get a beer, get a snack, whatever. By the time you come back in and, the kickoff's going on. Oh, yeah, they're going to kick it off, and then they're going to go to another commercial break. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you're good.
Yeah, you got at least a freaking 10-minute period there where you could just chill out and do whatever you need to do.
But I'm really looking forward to that format, man. And with the team that we have, I'm hoping it's going to work to our advantage. I'd like to see Waddle back there. That motherfucker's shiftier than anybody on our team, I think. He'll come flying through that fucking line, man.
Yeah, the only issue I really have with that is again, no, I mean the injury thing that's always going to be a concern. I just think more so you want smaller guys who not necessarily aren't shifty and fast, but at the same time, you don't really know how are other teams going to handle, because again, you like I said before, the change in the kickoff almost makes the gunners kind of useless, only, other than punts, where you're not going to have as many as the small quick guys trying to run down the field and whatever. Are you going to see more linemen to block? Are you going to see linebackers and defensive linemen on the kickoff teams trying to make tackles? And I think that until you really can gauge what other teams are going to try to do, I mean, how do you come up with a strategy of your own? It's kind of interesting in that aspect. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It is interesting. And so I guess the preseason we'll start trying to figure that out, see what it's looking like.
So Green Rat says neither deserved anything the way Allen and Tua sucked at times last year. So yeah, I mean, I could agree with that.
It's true.
Amicus said, where's Green Rat? His panel presence makes the show better. He keeps CT in check. I don't really know how I need to be kept in check. You're the one that misquoted something. But by saying he was second in MVP voting, and he wasn't. He was 5th overall. Yes, he got second with one first place vote where nobody else got another first place vote, which I'm really not sure how that works. Because I would think that every person that votes on first or on MVP would have a first place vote. So I really don't understand how other than Lamar Jackson, the only other person to have a first place vote was Josh Allen. But I guess I don't know. I guess I don't really understand how that goes, unless because you would think again, Christian McCaffrey, all these other guys who had to have gotten at least one first place vote. So we're saying that Lamar Jackson got every single vote, first place vote, except Josh Allen. I don't know. I don't know how that works, but he said Green Rat said that he's on the blacklist, and so is Amicus.
He's on the pup.
Oh shit!
Hey, Tua's been on track for the MVP really the past 2 years, but it's the end of the season deal, man. He's been falling off.
Yeah, man. And like we've said, I mean, a lot of that comes down to his performance, injuries, team performance. And I think that, again, like we've discussed, as much as people want to solely blame Tua, and I get it, he's the quarterback, but then when he does win, he doesn't get any of the credit. But, then all of a sudden it's all on him either which way. And on top of that, we've had the discussion of, the December and January woes for this team goes across multiple quarterbacks, multiple coaches, multiple GMs, multiple owners.
Yep.
So,
well, here we go again with another pretty hardcore end of the year schedule. So you said it right off the rip. This is our year to kill all the narratives, man. That's a big one. That's a big one that needs to be killed. Finish strong, man. I think that's the narrative, which I guess it's true. Is that's the problem, man? We can't finish.
Yeah. So just to clarify, Amicus says second or first place votes for the first time. Once again, my friend, you make a statement that's inconsistent with the statement that was stated. So I had to clarify my intent again. So I'll go back and I'll clarify again that you said Josh Allen has been second every year for MVP the past few years. That's when I stated that, in fact, he was fifth overall. Then you clarified, no, Josh Allen is the only one to get a first place vote besides Lamar. And yes, that is true. However, that has nothing to do with the fact that he was fifth overall in the MVP voting overall. So we'll continue. Anyway, I think people voted before the season is the only plausible way Josh Allen could have gotten any votes.
There we go. Green Rat once again coming in with a solid take.
Yes, sir. And Amicus said, "I'm a ghost. You can't see me." Is that him and his impression of what's his name, the wrestler?
John Cena.
John Cena.
Could be.
Yeah, we can't see Amicus, just like we can't see Josh Allen's ability to win a Super Bowl. So
Irv coming in with a strong statement.
Irvin said Josh Allen most overrated quarterback in the NFL. I don't know. I mean, I think at times, I think Aaron Rodgers seems to be. I think people, they see his back-to-back MVP seasons, and despite that he fell off in his final year in Green Bay, and then obviously getting injured last year, the fact that the NFL is propping him up and giving the Jets all these primetime games, I really think that Aaron Rodgers takes that number one, to be honest.
Have y'all seen the videos of him limping around practice? I think he was actually down yesterday on the ground. Have you seen that going around Twitter?
Say it again now.
Aaron Rodgers is gimping around practice up there in New York like he's already hurt. There's something wrong with him.
I did not hear that.
There's a couple videos already out there. One came out yesterday, another one today. And the one yesterday, he was like on the ground holding his ankle and shit, man. He's toast.
Yeah, that's no bueno. That is not good.
No.
Especially if you're a Jets fan. I mean, for Dolphins fans, it's great, but for Jets fans, not so much. Irvin says, keep Josh Allen in the pocket, take away his first read, and force him to chuck it up into the secondary. He said, poor Mr. Snuffleupagus.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. And maybe he should have spent less time at that dark retreat drinking ayahuasca and more time rehabbing.
Yeah. Let's see if I can find that video.
But yeah, man, I mean, we really kind of talked about everything. It's been a slow week. The fact that, other than the one day that the media was allowed to watch OTAs, we really haven't gotten much information outside of that. Like you said, we got the Jalen Waddle signing and all that good shit. Ugh, fuck. But like I
here
said,
we go. Hang on. Here, see if you think anything about this, CT.
Green Rat says, I feel sorry for the guy, but F the Jets. I don't feel sorry for him. But go ahead, play it up. Let's get it.
Well, Ginger.
Yeah, I mean, who's to say? I mean, we don't know if he got his ankle stepped on. We really don't know, what caused it per se. I mean, it could be a minor tweak or something, but hold on real quick.
Yeah, who knows? It's probably nothing to worry about. But talk about overrated. Talk about overrated, man. It's the freaking Jets,
Oh yeah. I mean, for all them damn primetime games and all this shit they talking, I mean, I think it's interesting to be honest. I mean,
yeah.
I don't really see. I mean, again, it could be, a small little ankle thing. I mean, it seems that he's looking on the outside of his right ankle, and
maybe it was a mosquito bite.
Nah, definitely the way he was limping. I mean, he could definitely be a sprain to his perineals. I mean, it could be all kinds of different stuff. But again, what caused it? Was it anything major? Was it just being stepped on? Was he running on his own and just twisted it? I mean,
he's getting old.
Yeah,
like that happens.
Green Rat said it's karma. Yeah, I mean. For all the shit he talked and all the crap that he fucking put Green Bay through every year of saying I'm going to retire and then not retire and then I'm going to come back or I might not come back. And then they said, fuck you, I've had enough of this shit. They trade him. Then he gets injured and now he's really nothing, to be honest. I mean, he's still a, Super Bowl winner and MVP, 2-time MVP, back-to-back MVP, but when you're on a shitty team like the Jets, it really doesn't do anything for your career, to be honest.
A la Brett Favre, he got out of there, though, went back to Minnesota.
Yeah, I mean, but like we said when he first got traded there last year, where freaking Green Bay quarterbacks go to die.
Right.
I mean, if you thought their careers were bad at the tail end of their Green Bay careers, just watch their asses playing for the Jets and see how that works out for them. The fact that Brett Favre was more successful in Minnesota than he was in New York is pretty fucking sad, to be honest. But it is what it is. He said, "This is what's happening to Tua."
Yeah, CT coming at you. See if you could post that because maybe a little bit easier for you. Because I'm on coming at you. That is a cool ass picture.
Hell yeah, that's a nice one. I like that. Do. Let's upload it, please. Whenever you're ready. Damn, StreamYard takes a while. All right, there you go. Look at that one, Bleezy.
Yeah, that's sweet right there.
What is that? A Kraken in the background?
24, Jalen Wright.
Chopping fucking wood.
22.
24. I don't know. What is that supposed to be? I mean, I see the Kraken in the background. I see Tua running.
Tua running on crack. No, I don't know. That's a cool picture.
The Kraken part is, and I like the helmet and the chopping wood thing. That's pretty cool. I mean, hell yeah. I'm down with it, man. But hey, man, we've been on almost an hour and 30 minutes. We kind of touched on everything we wanted to touch on.
Yeah, not a lot happening right now.
No, definitely. But we at least wanted to talk a little bit about OTAs, the NFL Players Association's proposal, talk about the Waddle contract, and just chop it up for a little while. But we will see you guys. Ooh.
It's good to have Jayla Waddell locked down till 2028, folks. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Any other final thoughts, brother?
No, that's it, man. We'll maybe come back this weekend, but most definitely on Monday.
Absolutely, man. And again, great to see Waddell locked up. We'll see what his sisters have to say as we leave them like we always do. And we will see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Jalen Waddell. Everybody knew they would yell from the box like Jalen Waddle, and we would say,